Welcome to the topic Vitamins from the chapter Biomolecules of HS second year syllabus. And here I will provide some tricks and other elements from the NCERT. Our primary focus will be this table, which you might have seen in the NCERT textbook. This table provides the names of the vitamins against their sources and the deficiency disorders. Before that, let's look at the definition of vitamin. Vitamins are organic compounds that are required in the diet in small amounts to perform specific biological functions which are required for the normal maintenance and optimum growth and health of an organism. So, chemically, vitamins are organic compounds and their requirement in any organism is very low, but they play important roles in the normal functioning, maintenance of growth and health of an organism. Now, the vitamins that are fat soluble are vitamin D, E, K, and A. And you can take help of the word DECA to remember this. On the other hand, the water-soluble vitamins are vitamin B and C, for which the term WBC might be helpful, where W stands for water. Here are the common names of the various vitamins. These terms are not much important from board's point of view, but you might expect these questions in entrance. Vitamin A is also called retinol. Vitamin A is good for our eyes, and also retina is a part of our eyes, which we can remember in this way. Vitamin B1, B2, and B6 are called thiamine, riboflavin, and pyridoxine respectively. We can remember all these three names in one go. If we look at the first letters of these three names, they are T, R, and P. Now, this TRP is a common term used for television purposes, and its full form is television rating point. This was just for knowledge, but we can use the term TRP to remember the names of the vitamins B1, B2, and B6 in order. Vitamin B12 is also known as cyanocobalamin. If we have enough knowledge from coordination compounds chapter, then we can figure it out that actually vitamin B12 is a coordination compound containing cobalt. Otherwise, we can also remember it because cyanocobalamin is the longest name that you can see in this list, and also vitamin B12, 12 is the largest number from this list. After vitamin B12 comes vitamin C, for which the common name is ascorbic acid. It will be also easy to make out because you all might be knowing that vitamin C is primarily present in the sour fruits and acid is also sour in taste, so vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Next, vitamin D is also known as calciferol. For this, we take help of our bones. As we know, vitamin D is required for healthy bones, and from the word calciferol, the term calci is for calcium, which is also present as a component of our bones. The common name for vitamin E is tocopherol, and that for vitamin K is phytonadione. These two terms are not much common, but still it will be helpful if you remember these two. So in this way you can try memorizing the common names of all the vitamins. Next, let's move on to this table from NCERT, which has the names of vitamins against their sources and deficiency diseases. At first, for vitamin A, the primary sources are fish liver oil, carrots, butter, and milk. Out of this, fish liver oil and carrots are important sources of vitamin A. In the absence of vitamin A, xerophthalmia, that is hardening of cornea of the eye, and night blindness may occur. So these diseases are primarily related to the eye. For vitamin B1, the primary sources are yeast, milk, green vegetables, and cereals, out of which yeast is important, and the disease related is beriberi. And to remember this, you can take help of the letter B for vitamin B1, or otherwise it is the second vitamin and B is the second alphabet. Next, the sources of vitamin B2 are milk, egg white, liver, kidney, and the related disorder is cheilosis, and also digestive disorders and burning sensation of the skin. Cheilosis is the primary deficiency disorder of vitamin B2, and again, in order to remember this, vitamin B2 is the third vitamin here in the list, and for cheilosis, C is the third alphabet. As cheilosis is a disease related to the mouth, you can easily relate digestive disorders. Next comes vitamin B6, for which the sources are yeast, milk, egg yolk, cereal and gram being the important sources of vitamin B6. And the deficiency disease related with vitamin B6 is convulsions. This is actually a muscular disorder in which the muscles contract and relax rapidly and uncontrollably. And to remember this, you might take help of the shapes of the letters C and number 6, but you should not confuse this C with that of chlosis for vitamin B2. To remember all this, you need a little practice. Going thoroughly through this table for at least 4 to 5 times might help you in this case. Anyways, let's move on to vitamin B12, for which the sources are meat, fish, egg, and curd, and the deficiency disease is pernicious anemia. That means the deadly anemia in which the RBC count becomes decreased a lot. And again, you might have noticed that the name of this disease is the longest in this list, and also vitamin B12, 12 is the largest number of this list. And the sources are primarily non-veg sources. For vitamin C, the sources are citrus fruit, amla, and green leafy vegetables, which we have already learned in the common names section, and the disease related to the deficiency of vitamin C is scurvy. It means a condition of bleeding gums. For this vitamin C, the sources and disorders are quite common, but still you can remember these three by taking help of the word C for vitamin C, citrus fruit, and scurvy. Next, for vitamin D, it is a common day-to-day life observation that sunlight is a source, and the other sources are yolk, fish, etc. And as vitamin D is good for our bones, so the deficiency diseases are rickets and osteomalacia, which are primarily the diseases of the bones. Rickets is primarily caused in small children and osteomalacia in the adults. For vitamin E, the primary source is vegetable oil. You will find examples in the table such as wheat germ oil, sunflower oil, etc. And the diseases are RBC fragility and weak muscles. As vitamin D was primarily concerned with the bones, so we can keep in mind that the next vitamin, that is vitamin E, is primarily concerned with blood and muscles. And hence the disorders are RBC fragility and the weakening of the muscles. And remember, vegetable oil, we take help of the vowels E, O, and I. Finally comes vitamin K, for which the major and primary source is green leafy vegetables, and the deficiency disease related with vitamin K is increased blood clotting time. To remember this disease against vitamin K, we take help of the pronunciation of K and clotting. So these were the important informations that we could extract from this table. Here, I would like to provide you a little picture which you should keep in mind. It indicates that vitamin B2 is found in the white albumin part of an egg, and vitamin D and B6 are found in the yellow yolk part of the egg. If you want, you can screenshot this, which will be beneficial to you. I hope this video on vitamins will help you to remember the confusing informations from the NCERT textbook. So that was all for today's topic. If the video was beneficial, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get more such videos on simple explanations of the topics included in HS syllabus. I will be back with another video. Thanks for watching.